2 rounds in, and there was a 4-way tie at the top, with last week's champion Joshua Berry among those jostling for position. But strange things can happen on moving day. Waiting to see who found the right formula was Josh Amber.
2 bogeys on the week for Josh Berry. Last week's champion was continuing that red-hot form at the Delhi Challenge. Birdies just kept on coming. That at the opening hole on Saturday. Great start for last week's champion. One of the 4 leaders overnight, Robin C.O. Siegrist, bogeyed the opening hole to drop 1 back from that group early in round 3. Fantastic approach there at the 3rd for the left-hander. First year on the Hotel Planet Tour for Will Hopkins. Top 40 last week in Kolkata and was going along nicely here. Birdie at the 4th took him to 11 under par and right up there in contention with the leaders. C.O. Siegrist, after that lovely approach at 3, converted the birdie putt to get back to 11 under par. Plenty of volunteers helping out with the tournament. Perfect conditions as well for the players. At the 5th, C.O. Siegrist, tee shot at the par 3. It was a bunched leaderboard on Saturday. And this tee shot from C.O. Siegrist, one of the best of the day. He would hold that and go into a 1-shot lead. Will Hopkins, this to finish the front 9 in style. That was for eagle to get to 12 under par. The 3rd round of 70 for Hopkins. And he finished the day in a tie for 6th. Last week in Kolkata for Maximilian Steinlecker. And another player who took the good form into the Delhi Challenge. 6 birdies on his back 9 in round 3, which included this at the last. A 65, and he finished the day in a tie for 3rd. Danny List also made a birdie on the final hole to get to double digits. A real mixed bag for List on Saturday. 7 birdies and 3 bogeys for a 68 and a tie for 10th with 18 to play. Another of the overnight leaders was Quim Vidal, and he was putting a sensational round together. This his 4th birdie of the day at the 15th and was now well out in front, but the birdie charge didn't finish there for Vidal. Plenty watching on. This is 2nd at the 16th. A 2-shot lead at this point on Saturday over 3 players for Vidal. Playing a high draw into 16 for his approach. And what an approach it was. Incredible shot from Vidal. 3 birdies in a row for the Spaniard. A little bit of a lead for himself at the top of the leaderboard. He tapped this one in for birdie at the final hole. A faultless Saturday 66 for Vidal. A 3-shot lead taken to Sunday, looking for his maiden win on the Hotel Planet Tour.
Yes, Vidal looking good and putting himself in exactly the right place 3 rounds in. Kolkata champion Josh Berry was going well again in 2nd, 3 shots back. Our man Danny List still in the picture too. But now, back to business. Who would rise to the occasion when it came to more familiar territory? And the final round of the Delhi Challenge. Josh has all the answers.
It was another up and down round for our feature player this week, Danny List. Only 8 pars on the day on Sunday. This a birdie at the 1st. He timed for a 70 and would finish in a tie for 15th. Good week for the Australian. Last week's champion Josh Berry started the day 3 shots back of Vidal. He made an early move with this birdie at the 2nd hole, the par 3. And just 19 years old, Josh Berry, already a winner last week, looking to go back-to-back. So birdie at the 3rd for Steinleckner, and that was followed up by this birdie on the 4th. Another great week for the Austrian, a tie for 4th, and back-to-back top 5s for Maximilian. After his birdie at the 2nd, Berry then birdied the par 5 3rd hole, and he made it 3 birdies on the back 9 with this game at the 8th. Quim would bogey the same hole, and it was now tied at the top. Both players at 16 under par. Dutchman Lars Van Meel was having a day on Sunday. Out in 32, which included 4 birdies, he then birdied the 12th and in 14 produced this to set up another birdie chance. Plenty watching on the final day. Van Meel started the day 6 shots back. He'd hold this for 14 for birdie to take the lead. However, a bogey on the 17th would prove crucial as he'd finish 1 shot shy. Time was running out for Josh Berry. He needed to make something happen. And on the penultimate hole, the par 3 17th produced this stunning tee shot. Almost an ace for Berry. Had no birdies on the 17th all week. A few of the other players watching on. Formality for birdie. A huge moment for Berry, looking to go back-to-back on the Hotel Planet Tour. Vidal had produced nothing all day, 16 pars and 1 bogey for the Spaniard. But he had this for eagle on the 72nd hole. What a putt, what a time for Quim Vidal to produce that at the final hole. Incredible drama at the Delhi Challenge. It was left to Josh Berry. He needed this to force a playoff. And for the 2nd week in a row in India, Josh Berry finds himself in a playoff for back-to-back titles.
So, confirmation of that final leaderboard. Van Meel and Jelly came good when it really mattered, and Max Steinlechner was prominent too. But that late drama meant extra holes for Vidal and Berry.
The pair had exchanged birdies on the first 2 playoff holes. Great second shot into the green for Vidal on the 3rd. This for eagle. Just short for the Spaniard. It was a similar putt in regulation that he had on the 72nd hole. So he tapped in for birdie, and Josh Berry was left with a birdie putt himself. Could he produce and make them go down 18 once again? There were plenty watching on, watching the drama unfold. So Berry needed this to go to a 4th playoff hole. It wasn't to be. A 3-shot lead at the start of the day slowly withered away, but he produced magic at just the right time, and Quim Vidal has his maiden title on the Hotel Planet Tour.
From Spain, Quim Vidal.
I'm very excited, man. It's really nice. It's a pleasure. I mean, I was not expecting this after the tough day I had, but I'm super happy, man. I don't know what to say.